In our morning rounds, proposed new food labels may soon change the way you eat. The FDA is considering a change in serving sizes on nutrition labels for the first time in 20 years. For example, a current 20-ounce bottle of soda adds up to 2.5 servings, but the new labeling could mean that same bottle counts as just one serving, just like a 12-ounce can. Our Dr. Tara Narula is a cardiologist at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York. Tara, good morning.
Good morning.
What is the FDA doing? This is going to confuse a lot of people.
Right. So nutrition labels were born in 1993. But the issue is that our eating habits and the nutrition science has really evolved since the 1970s and 80s, which is what we based our current nutrition labels on. So what the FDA is trying to do is really update our nutrition labels, make them more realistic and more like what we actually eat today. By law, the new serving size on nutrition labels is supposed to reflect what we typically eat or consume, not the recommended amount or not what we should consume. And so the FDA is basically planning to revise these nutrition labels. They think that, or estimate that about 17% of packaged foods may need to have their serving size updated.
Why might this backfire?
So the concern is that people may misinterpret it and think that actually a bigger serving size means that's what they should be eating or that's what the recommended portion size is.
Well, it seems to me that's a problem because we have an obesity problem here already. Aren't we telling people it's okay to eat more if we do this?
Right. Well, hopefully not. And that's what this should be, is that education-wise, that the FDA is really trying to help us eat healthier, to help us curb the obesity epidemic, not contribute to it.
So let's get to some of the examples here.
So this is a typical 20-ounce bottle of soda. This is actually equivalent to 2.5 servings. One serving of this is about this much liquid, and that's confusing for people because the way the FDA labels will be changed is to reflect that this is actually one serving.
Right.
Similarly, if you eat a pint of ice cream, it has 4 servings in it that are equivalent to half a cup. I know I don't usually scoop a half a cup of ice cream when I eat it. I scoop more like a cup. And so
you like to eat the whole pint.
I take the whole pint.
I take the whole pint.
So the label will be revised to reflect that a pint is actually 2 1-cup servings.
Yeah. I actually think this is a good idea because I wanted some chips yesterday. I went to the bag, it said 120 calories, and I said I'm probably gonna eat the whole bag, but there were 3 servings in the bag, so it was 360 calories. So I decided not to eat the chips.
I know, you really have to read it and you have to do some math too. And so one of the things the FDA is gonna do potentially is to say that foods that have 2 to 4 servings, like potentially a bigger bag of chips, would be broken down into dual column labeling. So one column would say a per serving amount of calories. For instance, 1 ounce of chips would be about 100 calories or so, versus a packaged serving amount, which would be about 400 calories.
How many people do you think look at the nutrition facts?
I do, all the time.
You do?
Yeah.
You think everybody does?
But 50%
I think it's what you said.
It is. The answer is
50%, around 50% read.
It's the serving size, though. That's the trick.
Yeah,
exactly
I look
like
at
you
it for
said.
guidance because you look, I mean, I often look at a bag, I'll do the same thing you do. I'll look at a bag of chips and say, oh, there's supposed to be 3 servings in here. I'm really not supposed to eat this whole thing. You know, but because your inclination is when the bag is this big, you think, oh, it's, you know, it's 1 serving.
The other thing, too, I know is cereal boxes is the same way. 1 cup with a half a cup of milk, nobody eats that little.
Exactly. And one of the other things they're thinking to do is redesign the label. So make the type size of the calories in serving bigger, make it bolder so that you recognize it.
So you see it right away. Dr. Tara Narula, thanks so much.